So I'm going to show you how to tie a line here. Like if you're talking fishing line, what I do is I take this little, take an old, really bad, cheap little cotton swab with plastic, and I make a guide. But you know, for this case, I'm going to use paracord because it's a lot easier to show you. Now, most people, when they take this, is your fishing hook, you take your line up through there like that. You go around several times like this and back through here. You can see. You tighten it. Which holds, it works very well. That's what they teach you in all the books. And the problem with it is, if you're tying a fly, you're going to have a piece of the line coming out along the fly, or if you're using a lure with a spinner on it, it's going to come out and it's going to get caught. I have a better way of doing this. It's a modified version. It's an extra step. And what you want to do is you want to put a tube along here. So actually you'll have a tube that comes out to the eye, and you want to wrap around that tube like this, so you have this area here. So what you do is you come back up through instead of coming out here. You want to come back up through. Let's see if I can remember how to do it. But you want to come back up through here and down through each one of these on this side. As you can see. So when you have your knot tied, it's actually going to create this kind of a figure. This kind of a shape. You can tighten it and pull it. It's like a slip knot. But with this kind of a knot, the string comes back through and comes out the back. You can actually take two pieces of rope, two pieces of fishing line, and tie them that way. The pull is on the long part, so it's like a slip knot. You can loosen it somewhat if need be, as you can see here, and tighten it. But all of your power, if you're talking fly fishing, all of your power comes right out to the tip of this, through this knot, so it always keeps it straight. And when you have two pieces like that, both coming at the same angle, it actually makes all of the force going through the knot back onto this other string, avoiding any wasted energy on these sides. Very simple knot. It's like a modified fisherman's knot. The heavier the cordage, the thicker you want the knot, the more strands. I mean, you can play around with it. Works very well. In retrospect here, I'm going to show you another time again here. I have flies. Here's a fly, here's line. Here's what I'm talking about, the tube. It's a piece of cotton swab. So I want to put the string through the eye of the fly. I want to come up through this end like that. See, give myself some room, not that much. I want to take this, put that right up against there as a guide. Keep this straight. Wrap around several times. This is how most anglers' knots work for tying it to a hook. And most people would bring it out here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come back through, considering this as the knot, back through the eye. So I create my knot there. And bring it back down this tube. So to bring it down this tube, what I'm actually doing is I'm avoiding having to weave it back through there. It's not too bad on this line. This is line you'd never use for fly fishing, but anybody that knows fly fishing line, it's very thin, it's very small. When I pull that tube off, I'm already back through that knot. And what I do is I just tighten it up. When I tighten it up, I pull like this, tighten this way, until I have my knot. And see, as I'm saying here, all of my power in my knot is on the fly. It keeps it straight. It keeps it very flexible on fly line. And I don't have to worry about this getting in the way. I can trim this up real nice and neat to hold it onto the fly. This little tool is what you can make. Like I said, just a little cotton swab. The cheap ones you don't want to use in your ears. Just cut them. They have to be hollow. Any kind of tube will work. So there you go.